And we are live. Hey everyone, my name is Prince, and welcome back to Game Night. Yay! We love Game Night. All my homies love Game Night. Yep, there's the buzz on my phone telling me that I'm live on my own channel. I wasn't aware of that. I'm really glad that that email exists, because I really don't think YouTube does a good enough job of telling you when you go live on your own channel. Like, I don't think there's any indication. Like, if I didn't get that email telling me that I had just gone live on my own channel, I don't think I would have known. I think I would have been in the dark completely. I don't think that there would be any evidence that would suggest to me that I am in fact live on my own channel. I mean, I genuinely think that I wouldn't know. I wouldn't even know that like, it's so easy to accidentally set up OBS and accidentally click start streaming and accidentally click go live. It's so easy to do that. Like, you just don't know. So I'm really thankful that, YouTube is kind enough to send me that email just to make sure I am aware that I am live on my own channel. Yeah. Hey, Red. Welcome. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second episode of the Game Night Golden Revisit batch. I've sort of come to the idea that, obviously, for those of you who don't know, Game Night is the series where we play a different game from my collection each week as a way to both get through the tremendous backlog of games that I want to play on this channel that I don't have time to make videos on, and, just have a bit of variety on the channel, considering a lot of the time I can be playing, like, on my other series, I can be playing the same thing for, like, months. And Game Night is divided up into batches, and each batch has 4 games, and at the end of each batch, I do a revisit, revisiting a game from the batch of your guys' choosing. I've sort of come to the conclusion that we are going to have seasons of Game Night. Again, Game Night may be interrupted by, like, other playthroughs and stuff, because it is basically a bonus live stream slot. Game Night's going to be divided up into seasons, and each season is going to be 4 batches. And at the end of the 4 batches, I'll do a golden revisit batch which I'm doing right now, where I do a batch, revisiting my personal favorite game from each batch. And then I think maybe to end off this first season of Game Night, I think I'll give the vote to you guys to vote on which of the 4 revisits you guys want me to go back and play. I would prefer to include the revisit that I'll do for the Golden Revisit batch as well, but I can't because YouTube doesn't allow 5 options in its fucking voting system because it's stupid. So, we're doing the Golden Revisit batch to end off the series, where I go back and replay my favorite game from each batch. And batch 2, what do we have for batch 2? Batch 2 is a good one. We had Combat of Giants, Dinosaur Strike, Wii Sports, Plague Inc., LEGO Star Wars 3, and Rocket League. again, I definitely, I think it was a bit of a toss-up between Wii Sports and Plague Inc., but a lot of you enjoyed Plague Inc., and I really enjoyed Plague Inc., and there's still a lot that we haven't done yet on it. So I decided that Plague Inc. was going to be the golden revisit for Batch 2. And that actually makes Plague Inc. the first game night game we've played 3 times, because we played it for Batch 2, then it was voted as a revisit, and now I'm doing a golden revisit on it because it was the one that I liked the most out of Batch 2. So we got first tonight for game night. Hey Fitz, and hello Hydro King. It is a cool game indeed, Hydro King. I appreciate that you're a subscriber and a big fan. I appreciate the support, Hydro. You want to know about Turbified? I have started working on it again. I had a big time gap where I wasn't working on it, but I have started writing it again recently. I did a bit of retooling because I started writing Turbified a very, very long time ago. Like a good couple of years ago now. And basically, I think it was sometime last year, I basically, looked back over what I'd written and just went, yeah, I could do this a lot better now. So I sort of restarted, the first episode, and it's a lot better now. I'd say, I'm trying to think of, progress-wise, I'm not that far into it. Maybe, it's not going to be a very long episode for the first episode. I'm probably, a fifth of the way through it, maybe. But I'd say even the first episode / chapter, they're going to be divided up into, each chapter of the book is going to be an episode. It's going to be written like a series rather than like a book, if that makes sense. But yeah, I decided to retool some stuff. I'll give you guys a little. I think I did say this in the Max Steel Discord, but I actually intended to have 2 new Duo Strike modes in the first episode, but now I'm pretty certain I'm only going to have 1. I'm sort of debating on whether to even include the one that I was going to include. I think I will, because it'll be a cool way to start off the book. You guys know that I'm not a fan of Max casually using Duo Strike. I think it number 1, it doesn't really match up with, his limits, and number 2, I'm not a fan of, I'm not a fan of it generally because it makes Duo Strike feel less special and less impactful if he just uses it casually. So, I don't want him to... The original... the first of the original 2 Duo Strike modes that I was going to include was basically just there for the sake of being there. And I don't want to fall into the trap of just introducing Duo Strike modes for the sake of it. It was going to be a new one, and it was actually going to be a brand new one. Because some of them I'm adapting from toys and stuff that was going to be in the series but never made it in. But the one that I was going to include, the first of the 2, was actually one that I designed myself and was a completely new one, but I don't think it really was a very good Duo Strike, because it combined, 2 modes that, while I think they did work together, I don't think the version of Duo Strike that I came up with for the 2 modes being combined was very good. Max was struggling with it. So I decided to scrap that. It might appear in a later episode, it might not. Again, I don't know if I will include it in a later episode, because again, it wasn't actually a very useful duo strike mode. Excuse me. So, yeah, just a little bit of background information. But, we're back in Plague Inc. We love Plague Inc. It's a very fun game. This is going to be, you know, very loose. I've not really got anything really, really planned. Well, I do have a few things planned, but we're just going to sort of do whatever. First thing I want to do is, go for, custom scenarios and play. Where is it? I should have it subscribed. I swear I did. Bacteria Google Translated. There we go. Jurassic Planet again. Which is, forget a plague. We've got dinosaurs. So, yeah. I wanted to try this one again because we tried it last time and I didn't manage to complete it. When will it take place? Yeah, right after the... Turbified... I've called it, Max Steel Season 4 Turbified. Like, Turbified's like the subtitle for the series. The same way, like, Alien Force is the subtitle for, you know, the second show of Ben 10, I guess. Although, you know, it's still, you know, it's still Max Steel, isn't it? So that's not really a good comparison. But it, Turbified takes place after Season 3, retconning the entirety of Seasons 4 and 5. And the first episode that I'm writing right now, which is called The New World, takes place immediately after Maximum Morphos, like the same day. So we're picking up right where Season 3 left off, and the whole point of Turbified is just to carry on from where Season 3 left off with all of the cool shit they set up. You know, Max becoming more powerful, learning about Tachyon from Jim, and, you know, the enemies, continuing to fuck with Max. I've got a new enemy planned. He's in sort of development stages right now. A couple of new enemies, actually. Let's start this while I chat about Max Steel. So basically, let's give this a, let's give this a read, for those of you who weren't here in the previous two streams and the previous stream where we, tried this out. It's the year 2048, and humanity is spread throughout the galaxy, populating new planets and even new solar systems. Earth was left behind. Seeing an opportunity, a resurgent InGen purchased the planet and decided to turn the globe itself into the largest theme park in existence. Jurassic Planet. This is what the Jurassic franchise is going to turn into, eventually. People are given the opportunity to live within the park and travel from country to country via new light-speed transportation methods, experiencing a world's worth of dinosaurs in a single day. But something goes wrong because, well, it's a theme park beginning with Jurassic. A spy from a rival company, probably Biosyn, manages to work his way up through the InGen corporate structure and has gained the capability to release the dinosaurs upon unsuspecting parkgoers. Working from the small dinosaurs up in order to try and not attract unwanted attention too early, his goal is to wipe Jurassic Planet off the face of the planet. Billions dead, a catastrophe that would finally end InGen as a company once and for all. You are that spy. Note, this is basically an entirely rebranded but typical bacteria plague. The only major changes are in symptoms. Recommend you raise difficulty if accustomed to the game. Well, I didn't raise difficulty last time and I couldn't do it, so we're gonna hop in. So, we still have the genetic code that we can customize. More DNA from popping red biohazard bubbles. I'm gonna stick with that. Darwinist, increase the chance of your plague mutating. I think that's alright because, your plague is harder to cure. I've kind of forgotten how this one works. I think, the mutating one is good because then we can get more DNA points. Terracite, increase chance of plague spreading by land. Bonus in out climate. And bonus DNA when de-evolving. Okay. Yeah, it was pretty cool, Hydro. We didn't manage to do it last time, though, unfortunately, so we're giving it another attempt. The new movie would be called Jurassic Galaxy. Funnily enough, there is actually a movie called Jurassic Galaxy. It's a B movie. As in, like, a bad movie, not like B movie. Yeah, it's awful. It's really, 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 really bad. I watched it one night when I was having my dinner, and it is so bad. It genuinely made me lose my appetite halfway through eating my dinner. Like, it was so bad, I was genuinely not hungry anymore. Like, I genuinely had to force myself to eat my dinner. It wasn't like, it was a perfectly normal, fine dinner, but I was just like, this is so bad. It's so bad. But, yeah, maybe I'll, like, make a video watching it, at some point. That would be funny. Right. Normal. Name your plague. I've got it. Alan. No, that's Alab. Alan. Hey, Midnight. Welcome. Right, we name it Alan after the very, humorous Jurassic Park 3 meme. The Casual Prince OCs. Yeah, you see, that's the thing. I don't really... The term OCs has such a, like, a cringe reputation because of, like, what, you know... It's like, oh, let's talk about my OCs. But it's like... People, I swear to God, a lot of people don't even know what OC actually stands for. It literally just means original character. So, like, if I create any, like, new characters while writing, Max Steel Season 4 Turbified, they will technically be OCs, but they're just original characters that I've created to... you know, carry on the story and, you know, introduce new characters in it. Bet it can't be as bad as Sharknado. I've not actually seen Sharknado, but I promise you it is probably worse. Because Sharknado got, like, what, 4 sequels? Jurassic Galaxy did not. Excuse me. Right. Alan. Release the dinosaurs! You've taken control of InGen, now it's up to you to wipe humanity from the face of Jurassic Planet before they can finish the cure. A bioweapon capable of eliminating the dinosaurs from the planet. This is a rebranded bacterial plague, slight change to symptoms. Play it like you typically would. Pardon me. Transmission is now basically how your dinosaurs get around the world. Symptoms is the species you release, and abilities is genetic modifying you do to assist their warpath. Right. So, as per usual, we are going to start in Central Africa. The dinosaurs are being released. Right. Let's have a look what we've got to work with. So... and it's not just dinosaurs, we have, different, prehistoric creatures as well. So, starting off, we've got Microraptor, Aqualops, Aeviceratops, Dylong, and we've got a Megatherium here as well. So, and this is Alan. Transmission, we got all of these, which can help us out. Have a coupon day. Love the Jurassic Park references. And we got special abilities. Right. Thank God. Die long. Thank God he didn't die short. It's awful. That's awful face. Any of those creatures in Dinosaur King? I don't believe so, but I'm sure there probably will be a few from Dinosaur King as we progress through them. How do we start? I feel like getting noticed, like if we can do it, if we can, you know, let's leave it for a bit. See if we can maybe get some transmission. Some transmission abilities, because then we can spread the dinosaurs around without them being noticed. And then we can start, you know, have them going around killing people. I guess sort of you could say that, like, in this variant of Plague Inc., the infected thing is like how many dinosaurs released, I guess. Hey Nick, welcome. New social network launches. There's a new social network on the scene for people without friends. Blank Book Plus is expected to attract billions of people within days. Yeah. No, you're still on the clock, Fitz. You'll roll until you die. God, we're getting a lot of DNA points, like, really early on. Also, it's funny, it said use DNA points to evolve Alan. Water shortages causing conflict. Latest zombie movie based on truth. See, they're spreading, like, you know, there's a rule of Plague Inc. Like, this is how it works, is that you won't get noticed until you start developing symptoms. And we're getting an unusually high amount of DNA points. So, you know, let's wait a little bit. Let's wait it out. Let the dinosaurs start, you know, hunting people. Funny thing is, there's a lot of dinosaur, like, games and stuff in the works, but they're just, like, not ready yet. Like, I'm really looking forward to, there's two in oh, okay, we don't, let's, yeah, we get we get refunded when we de-evolve stuff, which is fantastic. As long as you do it before, like, clicking that, they won't, notice it, because time is paused, so it's, like, basically didn't happen. Like, I'm particularly looking forward to two in particular, which are The Lost Wilds and Instinction. I'm really looking forward to the two of them. It'd be so cool to have an actual, like, proper dinosaur game to play, like, do a full playthrough of on the channel. Because, you know, we don't have a lot of them. It is wild. I really think it is. It's wild how few dinosaur games we have. Considering, you know, it's dinosaurs. You know, people love dinosaurs, and we have so few games based on them. AC-130, safest place in event of zombie attack. What, like the jet? I mean, yeah. Apart from if you get zombies on a plane. Like in World War Z. I've not seen World War Z, but I know that scene. Right. 47 DNA points. Let's go to transmission and see what we can do. Let's see. Okay, desert exhibits. Set up exhibits in sandy desert locations. Well, a lot of that is Africa, so let's get that. Begin boat tours. Let's go with that. Spreading through rural areas. Again, that's Africa. Easier land travel. Transmission in poor countries. Nice. I like that they've got custom colors as well. It's very cool. You know what I'd like to do? I might actually, like, look into this. Like, because I don't know. I assume it probably isn't, because Plague Inc. is quite a basic game. I imagine that it's probably not that difficult to mod it. I might look into it and see if I can make, like, a Max Steel mod for Plague Inc. and replace, like, the bacteria with Ultralinks. That would be pretty cool. Oh, excuse me. Okay, we don't want them developing symptoms. Not yet. There's Velociraptor. Yep, you got your first Dinosaur King dinosaur. That would be sick. Again, I would think it would be pretty easy to do, because technically, all you need to do is, like, modify the appearance of the actual transmission and the symptoms themselves. Like, they basically do the same thing. Like, this is basically just a retexture. It's not like an overhaul or anything. So, it just gives the appearance of an overhaul because everything looks different. But, you know, I assume everything is, like, pretty similar. Like, a Microraptor is probably like a cough. And Dylon is probably like, you know, nausea or whatever. Can't remember the base symptoms. How much do I love Ben 10 Alien Fusions / Duo Strike? Well, I think it's... You can't not love it. Because it's... You know what would be really sick? It's a real shame that, like, Season 3 had the short... Like, it wasn't a proper season. What would have been absolutely amazing would be if it had... we had the same thing for Season 3 for the Duo Strike modes that we had for the Ben 10 Alien Fusions in Classic. Because in Classic we had the DNA lab where we had those toys where you could buy them and then scan them and or type their code on the website, and it would like fuse them together, and there was like custom artwork that had been made for them. It would be really, really sick if that had been a thing for Season 3. Like, they'd sold like a new batch of toys of all of the individual turbo modes with codes that you could input like on the Max Steel website and fuse them together to like make custom Duo Strike modes. Even if they were only like they obviously wouldn't be 3D models, because like they wouldn't 3D model Duo Strikes for that, but they'd probably do artwork for it, and I think that would have been sick. Would have been really cool. We need more Max Steel. I need to like get into making more Max Steel content, because I really want to try spreading Max Steel out to the masses. You know, I don't think it's ever going to have as big of a reputation as like Ben 10, but you know, my videos are proof that there are a lot of people that remember it and watched it. So I think that, you know, there is potential to, you know, try getting it out there a little bit. We need more, like, Max Steel artists. Like, there's plenty of Ben 10 artists, like, making custom, you know, custom, aliens and custom alien, like, fusions and stuff like that. We need that sort of, artist variants for Max Steel. That would be amazing. You really do have an obsession with my rivalry with Gozzy, Nick, you know that? I need to get him on another video. I still need to upload the first fucking video we made. Just haven't got round to it. Easier land travel. Yeah, we'll go with that. You're a good one. You pay for water wells and streams to be dug in arid countries, allowing your dinosaurs to survive these environments easier. Also, planes. It's just like, how do you... I think it would have been funny, because that's like the air travel one. I think, that it would have been so funny if it just said, your dinosaurs can sneak on planes. And that would have been hilarious. So I think literally, no. I think literally the cool thing to do here would be just to spread them as much as we can. And then just be like, release the T-Rex! Just kill everyone. And the thing is with Max Steel fusions, again, it's the same as, like... Oh, look at how quickly it's spreading now. It's the same with Ben 10 fusions. Like, you do have certain modes that just don't really work together. Yeah, Dilo just... Yeah, it's just a Dilo just on a plane. It's like... Well, funnily enough, little bit of dinosaur trivia. For those of you who don't know, I'm a massive, massive dinosaur nerd. Although I've said before, I'm not actually incredibly knowledgeable when it comes to dinosaurs. My knowledge of dinosaurs is, like, above average, generally, but I don't know a lot of, like, really complex information about them. My knowledge of dinosaurs basically extends to just me knowing a lot of different types. But I'd say I'm a lot more knowledgeable than the average person. But yeah, like it's the same with Ben 10 fusions. Like, there are just some modes that just don't work together. Like, I think, humid countries are getting significantly wetter due to global warming. Okay. Like, the example I always use for this is, like, speed and strength modes. Like, you'd basically just be taking two modes that are basically the exact opposite of one another and making them weaker by putting them together. Because in order to have a duo strike mode that is speed and strength, you need to make both parts of, like, both modes weaker. So that just wouldn't work. Yeah, again, I mean, it's sort of, it's sort of like, it's like, again, some turbo modes are just more naturally, you know, you can do different things with them, more than others. Like, there's a word that I can't fucking think of here, and it's pissing me off. They're more, I want to say diverse, but that's not, they're, like, diverse in how much you can use them. Like, there's very little you can do with strength mode other than, like, hit stuff. But obviously, like, spike mode, you got the turbo spikes, and you've got, like, the whips. So it's like, you can do a lot with them. No, that's not what I meant, Fitz. Like, I'm saying for speed and strength mode, if they're two modes that aren't compatible, because you're taking, in order to combine them together, they're just not compatible. Like, you would just be taking both modes and making the main part of both modes weaker, because you couldn't have a faster mode that is strong, because like, strength comes from mass, and you can't have a strong mode that is fast, because you need to be lightweight to move fast. It'd be like combining, like, speed with cannon. Although I think that could work. I think that's a little bit different. But it's like speed and strength mode, I think would be like the good example of just ones that wouldn't work. Right, let's start developing some abilities. Increase their effectiveness in rich countries. They get placoid scales, allowing them to shrug off more bullets. Oh, God. We got the fucking Biosyn locusts. Fuck that. Oh, fun me. Let's see, more transmission, I think. Search for weaknesses in the urban dinosaur exhibits. Prep for breakout. Oh, I like this. Rainforest exhibits. How many countries do we not have? Okay, again, 22% of the world is infested with dinosaurs, and no one has noticed. I guess that comes from it being a tourist attraction. You know, people are stupid. They're just like, oh yeah, it's supposed to be that way. So we just gotta sort of... I think I'll get the boat travel one. What does that say? Kill every cow. Yeah, they were really struggling. Turn to dinosaurs for pack mules, somehow arrange for every cow to be killed. Arid countries turn to dinosaurs for pack mules, increases transmission in these countries. Also planes, no idea why. That's actually really funny. Well, I feel like, yeah, maybe that would be a bit... Oh, yes, we got the Philippines infected, hell yeah. We need New Guinea. Still need Greenland, still need the Caribbean. There's a few countries up here that haven't been infected yet. Look how fast we're going. We're going up by like 100, 200 million. That just went up like 500 million. Jesus. And still, no one's noticed. Alright, we got New Guinea. So what do we need now? Oh, hold on. I saw Microraptor get... Nope. I thought it said, like, 12 then. We've got 110. Jesus. So, again, all of this, and it hasn't been noticed yet. Again, all we need to do is just infect everywhere. And then... release the hounds, basically. Right. Again, oh, there's the Caribbean, and there's Norway. We're literally waiting on Greenland, Central Europe. How is Central Europe, Poland and Ukraine not infected yet? They're in, like, the midst of everything. The dinosaurs have been traveling on boats and planes, and somehow no one's noticed. Just a guy, like, just, like, sitting next to a Should I try that again? There's just a guy sitting next to a Utah raptor, and he just looks over, and he's like, morning. He just goes back to reading his newspaper. And he's just like, yeah. So literally all we need is a boat to go to Greenland. And again, we've got, like, all the time in the world, because they haven't noticed it yet. They are not going to stand a chance. Like, the moment we've infected everywhere, it's, like, it's going to be carnage. I'm just going to immediately evolve, like, T-Rexes. It's going to be fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like underrated isn't really the right word for spike mode. I don't know. I mean, you know, our community isn't tremendously big, but I sort of get the vibe that, like, I don't think, like, spike mode is one. I think the word would probably be underutilized. I think underrated would suggest that, like, look, I just want to make the point. Each of these red planes and red boats has dinosaurs on them. Every single one. It's just compies. It's just a bunch of compies. That's what it is. It's because we haven't evolved any of these yet. It's compies. It's how it was in Jurassic Park. There are compies everywhere. Little bit of Jurassic Park lore. After the fall of the original park, InGen went back to the original park a year later to, you know, discover what had gone on, and they discovered that compies were on Isla Nublar, because you can look this shit up online. It's very cool. It's part of, like, a global marketing campaign they did for Fallen Kingdom. It was so good. They introduced, like, so much, like, really cool lore. And there's, like, an InGen document. It was like a species count, and Compsognathus were on there, and it said that there was supposed to be 0, but they discovered 28, because there weren't even supposed to be any compies on Nublar, but they migrated secretly on cargo ships from Sorna to Nublar. There we go, there's Greenland. Without anyone noticing. So, if any dinosaurs were capable of getting the world to this state without them noticing, it would be compies. There's just 7 billion compies. There's 7.5 billion compies just all over the world. That's a hilarious thought. Right, so all of the countries have been infested. So now we wait for the compies to lay the groundwork. The compies have, like, they've gained, like, hyper-intelligence, and they've, like, hacked all of the systems everywhere on Earth, and they're basically, it's like a hive mind of compies. They're all just, like, standing by and waiting to all, like, flip 1,000 different switches and, like, turn off all of the electric fences and, like, the entirety of the world. They're just waiting. They're sat, like, in all of the different, like, they're sat in vents and in, like, inside of computers and stuff. They're just waiting. Hive mind compies. I think I could probably get away with having a few, mutate at this point, but I just don't want to. I want to, like, keep it undiscovered this entire time. Oh yeah, spike mode's, yeah, very cool, obviously. I'm just saying, like, I think the general consensus from the fanbase is that, like, I don't think it's underrated, because that sort of implies that, like, not many people think about it, and people sort of, like, forget about spike mode and don't really view it as a good turbo mode. But I think, you know, people love spike mode. I just think that, you know, it's because it appeared so rarely, because it was a very late addition to the roster, I genuinely think it was only used, like, 3 times. Once in its debut, and I think... No, it was used in, pardon me, it was used in the Great Turbo Starcaper, because I rewatched, a bit of that recently. It was used in the Great Turbo Starcaper against Dread. So, yeah, I think it was... I want to say that it was used 4 times. Once in its debut, once in the Great Turbo Starcaper, once in part 1 of the finale, and once in part 2 of the finale. And it wasn't used at all in Season 3, which sucks. But, you know, we did get a Duo Strike mode from it. But the thing is with Duo Strike, and I say this, I sort of said this in the video I did covering the Hot Water minisode. The Duo Strike modes, like, them being used casually just isn't a good idea, because it's like, they shouldn't take the place of regular turbo modes, because a lot of the time, like, they're not always useful. Like in Hot Water, Max was using, like, Cannon Spike mode to run after the Ferris wheel as it was, like, rolling down the pier, and it was like, he could have gone turbo speed mode and probably grabbed everyone on that Ferris wheel and been halfway across Copper Canyon before it even got halfway down the pier. Or just gone rocket mode and picked the damn thing up. Like, he was making his life more difficult by solely using Duo Strike. And I know that that was due to, like, that was like a marketing thing. Like, they wanted to have him use the Duo Strike modes in that minisode to help market the Duo Strike modes because they were new. But still, it didn't really work. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's cool to see them, obviously, considering how little we did see them in Season 3. But, it didn't really work in that scenario. Yeah, speed and scuba mode would be cool. I feel like scuba mode would work well with any other mode. Although, it's always the weird thing, I still find it weird that he refers to scuba mode as hydro mode in Season 3. That's still a bit of an iffy thing. I'm still like, just a bit weird. Because then I think scuba heat mode sounds fine. I think that sounds... It's like... You know what would be, like, it's almost like Hydro Heat Mode is actually a mixture of Heat Mode and a mode that we never saw called Hydro Mode. Because it's like, I know we see, like, I know that's not actually the case. It is canonically a combination between Scuba Mode and Heat Mode. But... it's like, it's just the fact that combining the two, like, scuba mode does, like, the mode itself has nothing to do with water. It's built to survive water, but the mode itself doesn't, like, fire water, so it's almost like, Max secretly had, like, a hydro mode. Ugh. Yeah. Well, I don't think, I don't think, I think that's you're misunderstanding how the fusions work, Fitz. It's not that the fusion is weaker than the original DNA source. It's that, like, there is just less of the DNA in... Well, I don't even think that's true, because it's like... I think that would only apply to, like, Alien X. Because Alien X is the only thing that would be diluted no matter what you mix it with. Because, yeah, it, like, lessens it. But it's like, I think the fusions, you know, you're not, like, taking, like... Well, I don't know. It's like... You could make that argument, but I feel like they're not necessarily weaker. It's just like taking half of a DNA strand and half of a DNA strand and putting them together, or putting two DNA strands, like, whole together. I don't know how it would work. In order to make it like an actual creature, you'd probably have to, like... You probably couldn't just slap two bits of DNA together. But, I don't know. I don't think like, I think the Alien X thing is the only thing where it's, like, confirmed to be weaker, because it's Alien X, and you mix Alien X with anything, and it's gonna dilute it. But anything else, I don't think it's weaker. I don't think that's a thing. You'll get, like, I mean, it does depend on, like, say if you mixed, like, Big Chill with, Heat Blast DNA, then I think, you know, it'll struggle to work, but I don't think the two halves will necessarily be weaker. Like, for instance, the, like, in the original series, the original fusions, like Heat Jaws, neither side of that fusion was weaker. It was just that the fusion didn't really work because it was two aliens that just didn't really work together. We're still... Alright, I need to get something to help them in colder climates. High temperatures, cold, there we go. I'm not sure what you mean by there, Red. Did, like, autocorrect do some fuckery there? Because I don't really understand what you meant there. Hey, Ma. Yeah, again, I don't really think it's confirmed that fusion's half the DNA. Like, it could just be putting two DNA strands together. Like, I don't think it necessarily has to be half a DNA strand of one and half a DNA strand of another. It very well could be, like, like, say we take the Biomnitrix, for instance, considering that's programmed to do that. You could say that, like, the Biomnitrix figures it out for itself. Like, it combines the DNA in the best possible way. So, like, you could have a fusion where it's only a very small bit of DNA from one species and a very large bit of DNA from another. Oh. Red, you're banned. No, I'm joking. Fucking heresy. I genuinely can't think of a single... The only member of Team Turbo that had, like, turbo modes that were even remotely cool in any way would probably be Tempestra. Come on, infect Greenland already. Iceland and Greenland, what a surprise. Let's give them some more, cold resistance. We've got plenty of DNA. The compies are struggling. Hi, Danelle. Welcome. Just discussing Max Steel and Ben 10 and a bunch of stuff while we wait for dinosaurs to infest the world. I finally did a Plague Inc. vid. Now this is my 3rd Plague Inc. stream. I did a Plague Inc. stream as part of batch 2 of Game Night, and then it was voted as a revisit. This is the 3rd Plague Inc. stream I've done. There we go, that's more like it. Yeah, that would be Big Blast. I think Heat Chill is a cooler name, but Big Blast is pretty funny. Yeah, again, like, I still think that Tempesture's the only one that had, like, cool turbo. I mean, Lafayette having, like animal modes is sort of, like, they're cool in concept, but Lafayette is really not that strong. Like, he doesn't have any powers. It's just brute strength. And that's it. Like, every single one of his turbo modes is brute strength. And I'm pretty sure it's the same with Citro, too. But Tempestra actually has, like, actual powers. Yeah, he can fly, but it's like, Max has, like, Max has, like, flight mode, and then it's just, like, you know, and then he started getting modes that, like, he can fly and do this thing. Like, Lafayette really has no powers apart from brute strength and flight. And it's just so, ugh. Citro's, like, still not that strong. And Tempestra's basically the only one that is even close to Max. And I say even close, like, she's closer. She's not close. I still think it's the biggest crime of Team Turbo is daring to insinuate that Max needs help. Like, if like, you introduced Team Turbo and you introduced people that were as strong as Max, then yeah, that would make it a little bit better. But it's the fact that they try to insinuate that Max needs help, and then they give him a team, every single one of which is weaker than he is. It's so fucking stupid. Also, the last person in the world was infected by Alan, otherwise known as every single compy on Earth. All 8 billion of them are now standing by. Release the dinosaurs! What are we going to start with? The Emperor Dragon. It's a Tyrannosauroid. So let's go start with Microraptor. Then we've got Velociraptor. Then we've got Deinonychus. Utahraptor. Immediately, release the T-Rex! Then we've got Spino. Then we've got Giga. Immediately, look at that. Oh, that's a very cool color for it. White with red. Hey, it's my colors. Alright, let's get Ava. Let's get Stego. We can also de-evolve all the transmission ones now and get more DNA back. Because, you know, we don't need to transmit them anymore. Why didn't Max use any of his Duo Strike modes in Team Turbo? Because they wanted to make him weaker. That's literally the only... They like... Because if they kept him as powerful as he was at the end of Season 3, like, it would be a joke. I mean, it's already a joke, introducing Team Turbo, but it would be beyond a joke. It would be like an actual disgrace to Max Steel if they kept him as strong as he was, but also, like, made him have a team. Alright, so we got Stego, let's go Ankylosaurus, we got Triceratops. Oh, we don't have enough for Therizino. Can we, like, de-evolve some of the, like, the earlier ones? How much is it? 37, yeah, get rid of Microraptor. And then we can get Therizino. Bam. Most powerful most dangerous carnivore, most dangerous herbivore. Tears humans in two. Yeah, it would have been a severely unfunny joke. So, immediately, the Hive Mind compies released all of these. We got T-Rexes, Raptors, we got Spinos, we got Gigas, we got Therizinos, all the herbivores. Alright. And let's... yeah, we don't have enough to get any more, I don't think. Actually, let's make sure we got the most deadly. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Right, now we just watch the death count climb. New minor disease spreading! Yes! Minor! 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 Very, very minor disease. And they named it Alan. Okay, we're going up in, try and limit the spread of Alan. Limit the spread of the compies. I wish I'd had the Hive Mind compy idea before I'd started this. I would have named it Hive Mind Compy. Or Hive Mind Compies. Limit the spread of Alan. Okay, 4 million dead, 11 million, 19, 32, 46, 72. It went from, like, it's gone up 72 million in a couple of days. By 40, 50 million, 60 million, 50, 70, 100 million every day. Over 200 million. 200 million people. Iceland's breaking down. All the Utyrannus are fucking shit up. 200 million. 300. Holy shit. Look at the world just fading away. You know what? I'll just let the cure do its thing. God, they started work on the cure quick. That was nearly 400 million in a day. Yeah, work on the cure. You got nothing. The T-Rexes roaming the fucking street. Yeah, I don't think we're the good guys here. Of course we're not the good guys, it's plaguing. How long does plaguing take to beat? Well, it depends on what game mode we're doing, obviously. And somehow Indonesia still has its docks and airports open. Doesn't anymore, though. Alan to destroy humanity. Oh, sorry. Alan to destroy humanity. Alan has destroyed the world despite the world's best efforts. The last few humans know they are watching the end of history. The last few humans on... Well, it's not the extinction of humanity. Oh, we got some more DNA. Let's see, what we can get. Oh, yeah. Huss Eagle. Ramphasuchus? Megalodon. Oh, Titanoboa. Nice. Let's see what the rest of the ones we could have had were, considering, you know. So, obviously, we had Aqualops, Stygimoloch, and Shantungosaurus. Nice. Bam! Alan has successfully eliminated all life on Earth. But luckily, this takes place in 2048, where humanity's not, like, solely on Earth. We just basically destroyed a theme park, basically. Right. Nice. How many days? I didn't even see. We took a while though, because we waited for like the entire Earth to be infected. Yes, definitely recommend. Right, shall we... Let me see what ones we have to do left on the main game. We've done most of them now. We haven't done the simian flu, and we haven't done the vampire. I think we do. Should we do both of these? Should be, we got a Dawn of the Planet of the Apes disease, and a vampire disease. Yeah. Do another one, call it Hybrid. Yeah, we'll do the vampire one and call it Hybrid. That'd be funny. Sort of sounds vampire-ish anyway. Shadow Plague. Sentient, mutagenic pathogen. Triggers a powerful thirst for blood. I feel like I did do this one the last time. Or maybe not. Ooh. Yep. So we can't have some of those, because it works slightly differently, clearly. Witch Doctor. Vampire heals faster when in its lair. Oh, this sounds like it's going to be a fun one. Okay, I definitely haven't done this one. Right, we're going for normal, obviously. Nox Eternus. What a cool name. Hybrid. Nice. Something is waking. Oh, look at this. Oh, we got some spooky music. Centuries ago, a human close to death was infected by a sentient pathogen, the Shadow Plague. Buried deep underground, the human was slowly consumed and transformed. Choose where your vampire emerges. The Shadow Plague has fully mutated the DNA of its host into a being of great power. Now, driven by eternal hunger, it is time to rejoin the world. This time, humanity will fall. Right. I feel like it doesn't really matter where we start off this time. I can't see, like, the, Ooh. I really ought to use some of the music from Plague Inc. in my videos, because, like, this and the zombie virus one have really cool music. See, guys, the world is flat. Right, just to, in case it works similarly, I'm gonna, like vampires, I don't know. Yep, the world is flat. Damn, this is a baller theme. And we got the organ as well in the background. Of course, you gotta have an organ when it's vampires. Yeah, let's put it in Central Africa. Ooh. A vampire rises in Central Africa. The world has changed beyond belief, but the vampire can already smell the blood of billions of humans waiting to be consumed and subjugated. Okay, so we have a vampire here. Let's see what we have to work with then. Yeah. Okay, so we have no transmission. Okay. And then we've got symptoms and vampires. Right. So symptoms... Shadow Blessing. The vampire releases the Shadow Plague to help subjugate humanity. Victims develop severe bruising. 0 DNA points. For vampires. Can't evolve. Bloodthirst. I'm guessing that's where the colour comes from. Let's see. Night Wraith, vampire adapts to the modern world and is able to feed much more stealthily, as well as concealing their presence. Makes it harder for humans to detect vampire. That's... So we only... Is it like we have the one vampire? Okay. Vampire gains the ability to enter a blood rage, will attack research/military facilities if present, otherwise consuming people for DNA. Lair, able to create a lair for it to rest and heal, also generates DNA. Okay. And Therianthropy. Vampire gains the ability to temporarily mutate into a vast winged bat-like creature. Allows travel to nearby countries. Okay. Well, we'll get Night Wraith, we'll get the bat form, and we'll get Lair. Look at that. This is cool. Yeah, stealth is definitely the good thing to go for here. What's this? Shadow Portal. When traveling, vampire is able to instantly travel to any lair in the world, regardless of distance. Right. Let me see. Can we... Yes. Okay, so it's just like the zombie one. We have active abilities. Your vampire can change the world. Your vampire is shown as a red icon in the world map. So we just have one single vampire. It has unique powers and abilities, so use it wisely to try to cover the world in shadow. Okay, so it's killing people right now. We kind of want to infect people. So let's go for Shadow Blessing. There we go. Vampiric Awakening. Create a new vampire by temporarily producing toxic mutagens. Almost all infected will die, but eventually a viable host will be found. Okay. So that's like a last-ditch attempt, basically, if we lose our current vampire. Infected sure to sleep at night, increasing infectivity. Cyst fill with the dark pus. Increase infectivity and slightly harder to cure. I'll get both of them. Why not? Although, should I really have done that? Because that means that they might get noticed. Well, we need to infect people anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Hybrid created by vampire. The vampire releases a unique strain of the Shadow Blade called Hybrid. That does sound cool. Good call, Fitz. Which spreads independently from the vampire. Infected humans have no idea what the vampire has planned for them. Oh, Son RX. Got laid to play Bacterian Mega Brutal. Maybe we'll try that. Maybe we will. I'm not sure, though. Oh, and it's purple. I like that. Love it when they do, like, different colors for it. I'm a sucker for, like, alternate color schemes and stuff. Makes it interesting. Yeah, exactly, Fitz. Right. So we can create a lair. Create a lair for the vampire to heal and also generates DNA based on infected population, or send a vampire to another country. Can I control the amount of hunger that the vampires have? I assume probably not, although I'm not really sure that's something I'd want to control. Midnight murder spree shocks village in Central Africa. Right. Ugh. Increases the speed at which vampires can heal when in their lair. That's pretty cool. Ooh, what's this? Blood gift. Vampire visits hundreds of humans each night and mocks them in blood, infecting them with the shadow plague. Holy shit. Yes, please. Vampire able to meditate and emit the shadow plague in a huge cloud. Tens of thousands of humans infected each day. Yes, we'll go with that. That should make the infected population jump up. So I think it's about, like, keeping our vampire alive. Or, you know, I don't know if we can have multiple vampires. Alright, we're starting to spread now. Good, good. Yes, Red, I fucking love that episode specifically for that reason. That we get to see, like, red, green, and purple Max Steels and see them, like, with red, green, and like, purple turbo energy. That was awesome. It's really, really a shame that, you know, we never got anything like that for Max Steel. Like, we barely got any proper Max Steel video games. I think the mobile one, Rise of Elemental, was probably the only, like, proper one. We did get that, Ultralink Hunter one, though, where it was like Pokemon Go. It was like augmented reality, where you had to go around, like, capturing Ultralinks. I might see if I can, like, if the APK of that exists somewhere, if, like, the file exists somewhere online, and I can, like, re-download that and make a video with it. That would be difficult, though, because I'd need another camera, because I use my phone as my camera, and I would be using my phone. I'd need 2 phones. So all of this is happening and no one's fucking noticed yet. Vampire feeding attracts attention in Central Africa. Speak the devil. The vampire feeds by drinking the blood of its victims, leaving behind drained corpses. It is only a matter of time before the humans realize that they are dealing with something far worse than a murderous cult. Yeah, maybe a screen recorder would work. Maybe a screen recorder would work. My phone has a screen recorder. I was sort of doing it from the angle... Yeah, maybe I'll just... Okay, I was thinking about that really weirdly. Maybe I'll just, like, screen record it, because it can record me as well, like, the mic of the phone. It probably wouldn't sound great, because... Okay. It probably wouldn't sound tremendous, because, you know, I wouldn't have, like, any mic or anything. But... Yeah, that could work. Okay, I might see if I can do that then. Ugh. Don't like the sound effects. I mean, it's like people are gonna notice, but it's like, what are people gonna do? What do you do against the vampire? The vampire continually secretes the shadow plague everywhere they go. Hundreds of thousands of people infected, okay. Oh no, I didn't want to double click it. Corrupted air. The shadow plague erupts out of every pore in the vampire's body, millions of humans. Yeah, we might as well go for that. We need more people infected. The more people that are infected, the better. Yeah, garlic. A steak. Unknown disease. Genetic analysis shows similarities with bat-borne diseases, and it appears to cause severe bruising. Yeah, Danelle, unfortunately, the whole Max explodes if steel doesn't help him regulate his turbo energy thing was another one of the things that they just completely ignored for, seasons 4 and 5. Because in season 4, in the second movie, Steel obviously gets kidnapped by Mortem, and he's away from Max, and Max is away from Steel, obviously, for a good while. I'm not sure if it would have been long enough for him to overload, but, they make no mention of that whatsoever. They make no mention of the fact that, like, oh, we need to get you back with Steel because otherwise you're gonna explode. There's literally not a single mention of that. And obviously, season 5, it's like, I want, like, you know, it is basically official within our community, isn't it? But, like, can we all, like, collectively sign a virtual, like, can we all agree to, like, a mental, a virtual imaginary contract that basically says we all agree that everything post-season 3 isn't canon? Because, like, we all basically agree that, right? That's basically the entire collective opinion of the entire fandom. It's like, it's not even like it is with Ben 10, where it's like, you've got Omniverse, where it's like, some people like and some people don't. It's like, seasons 4 and 5 are just objectively trash. They're just awful. The only one that's even remotely watchable, I'd say, is the first Team Turbo movie. Because that still at least feels a little bit like Max Steel, but after that, it's just like, eh. Hey, Jason. Right, I think, how is all of Central Africa not infected yet? Blood cult leader tracked in Central Africa. Authorities in Central Africa have confirmed that they are tracking a highly dangerous individual who they believe is responsible for the horrifying blood cult murders that have shocked the world. Okay, well, what if, for instance, I just, sent him, over... Okay, so we only go so far. What if I just sent the vampire to Italy? Batmobile, transform vampire into a bat and fly somewhere. Look how fast he's going too. Douche. Jesus. Holy shit nuggets. See, what the fuck was, like... Okay, so the infected still go up when the vampire's not there. That's good to know. Why is it going up? Hypersensitivity. Okay, well, I think we'll be fine with that. Let's see what more we've got for symptoms. Malignant pigmentation. Skin pigmentation altered, increasing chance of mutation when exposed to sunlight and harder to cure. Anemia. Steroidal boost. Victims develop additional muscle mass and appear healthier and more attractive. That's cool, because that sort of ties into the whole thing that vampires are, like, naturally more attractive. What disease do I go for? I think it's pretty obvious now, Jason. We're playing as we're doing a vampire. So we basically just need to keep our vampire safe. Twilight lied. Let humanity discover your vampire. Templar Industries reveals global vampire threat. The secretive multinational defense company says a vampire is behind the shocking Blood Court murders, as well as the outbreak of Hybrid. Templar Industries claim to be taking urgent action to defend humanity. Right. In which case, we need to take urgent action to slow them the fuck down. Let's take this to Russia. Right, we've got military bases now. I don't know. I feel like that it's not that the whole world isn't vampires. I think the way it's working is that, like, the vampire was infected by a disease, and then there's like a weaker version of that disease that the vampire is spreading. Fucking hell! How did the vampire spread to fucking Korea from Russia? Holy shit! It's like the zombie virus all over again. Hybrid struggles to spread in harsh climates. Upgrade your lairs, okay. Build them in key countries, okay. Let's have a look at lair shit then. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, let's get that. Increase the effectiveness in wealthy countries. And let's build a lair in Russia. Let's be a Russian vampire. And I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Alright, home sweet home. Set up a vampire lair. Hidden away from humans, this lair acts as a base for the vampire. Here it can heal itself and as well as generate DNA by conducting genetic experiments on healthy and infected people. Ooh. How cool. It is indeed Morbin time. It's time to morb all over the world. Okay, so... Templar working to cure Hybrid. Okay. So... Is the infection, like, still spreading, like, elsewhere? New lab built in East Africa to cure Hybrid. Okay. Oh, now we've got transmission. I didn't even realize. Well, that's a bit unfair, because I thought I wasn't paying attention to it, because it wasn't available. Oh, yes, we'll get Zoonotic Shift. We had that for the zombie, virus too. Humid. Okay. Pheromone secretion. Ooh. How did one vampire invade all of Russia? Upgrades, people. Okay. So, let's see just what happens. Yeah, we need to make our vampire ready for combat. We need some more DNA. Moving them only costs 1, so... Move them to Central Europe. It's cool we're seeing, like, the path of the vampire. Yeah. Putin's just dead. Putin's gonna become a vampire. Oh yeah, I think just max fits. I think it'd be very difficult to make other people. Okay, we've got some more DNA, right? Let's evolve that. Dark Ritual, Blood Rage becomes more powerful, because I feel like we need to start destroying these places. Okay, so these are like military outposts. But those are cure stations. I feel like we could attack those and make them fall quite easily. So maybe we try that. How much does that cost? Only 1. Okay. Let's give it a shot. To Germany. Blood Rage initiated. Bam! Lab in Germany destroyed by vampire. Officials confirm the destruction of a WHO research lab in Germany, as well as large numbers of casualties by a vampire. Set up to cure hybrid, the loss of this lab will be a setback to global cure efforts. Alright, sick. Oh, what the hell? They're going up like 1 every second now. What the fuck? Get rid of the cure stations. Alright, let's go over there. Why are they doing it so quick all of a sudden? That came out of nowhere. Alright. East Africa. How is it 76% complete? I'm supposed to picture for height. What the hell? No, we're gonna restart this. Well, how did that just jump up so quickly? You're telling me that, like, within a month of setting up, like, cure stations, they're just like, oh yeah, we know how to cure a vampire disease. What the fuck? Right. Okay, so this time I know that, like, what, a little bit more about how we do this. So maybe we start somewhere, I don't know. Like Central Europe. Right. So we'll get the Shadow Blessing. And we'll get... So, okay, so when we get that, okay. And that's 0, so maybe... maybe they won't detect it if I just do the transmission. So I don't know if that counts as a symptom. We'll see. Let's go. Bam. Bam. Should have done boats. Matters not. Basically, Danelle, through some bullshit, the world developed a cure for a vampire disease in like a month. The cure was going up like 1% every second. It's ridiculous. Alright. Let's try again. Yeah. How much water? 15. Again, I'm not sure if by just activating the virus and not getting actual symptoms for it will keep it hidden. I guess we'll have to see. Excuse me, time will tell. Time will tell. Reminds me a little bit of Jurassic Park, that music, or Jurassic World. Hybrid needs help from vampire to spread. Your disease is weak and vulnerable. Your vampire must evolve and use its powers to help it spread, otherwise it will be cured easily. Well, I'm waiting to see if it can be detected at all. If it can, then obviously we're in trouble, but I want to see if not evolving symptoms will mean that it doesn't get detected. Because we saw how it worked with Jurassic Planet. We had hive mind compies spread all around the fucking world. Why not go for the US? Yeah, honestly, why didn't I go for the US? Because they don't have free healthcare. Although I don't think that's a factor. Would kind of be funny if it was, actually. That would be interesting, like, if the UK, like, was harder to cure because... Okay, well, the vampire's gonna get discovered anyway, so... Yeah, we kind of have to work on... Well, I don't know, because I think hybrid getting discovered and the vampire getting discovered are two separate things. So I think it doesn't matter if the vampire gets discovered. It's hybrid that we want to stay alive and spreading. I hate that Plague Inc. like stops the sound when I tab out. Right. So, let's go for Night Wraith. Make it harder to detect. So it infects them, but again, it's the way it's always worked in Plague Inc. is it's the symptoms that are the things that make it get detected. So I'll go with this. But I ought to get Bat Form and Blood Rage early, so that when shit does start showing up, we can get on the move and start ruining them. So take them down early. National Guard, stop Blood Cult. Again, maybe starting in Central Europe wasn't the best plan, because there's like, you know, Africa is like, you know, There's a lot of third world countries there, and obviously they're gonna have much, like, slower response to something like this. Blood Court leader tracked. Okay, so we've tracked the leader. But again, the virus seemingly remains undiscovered. Let's take this to Central Africa just like before. Motherfucker flies fast. That was like 4... Well, actually, no, I was gonna say that was... That was like 4 days, and you can, like, fly from place to place in a couple of hours, can't you? But, you know, he's flying, like, physically, so... Still not bad. Yeah, that would be pretty interesting, Donnell. Again, reminds me of the, I guess you could call it a Halloween hold on, that's actually something I want to check. The, because it made me think of the, like, the spooky episode. Definitely Don't Fear the Reaper, or whatever it's called. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, isn't it? Definitely Fear the Reaper. That's the one. Does the wiki have an initial air date? It does. Okay, that's actually really helpful. I was hopeful that, that on the wiki it would give air dates, because that's definitely going to be useful information. Okay, it wasn't really a Halloween episode. It aired on November 9th of 2014. That's mad, isn't it? I should have done, like, there was plenty of stuff I could have done last, let me, oh, not all of them have initial air dates. Oh, that's irritating. Also, some of these don't make any sense. Because it says that Fugitive, which was Season 2, Episode 23, aired on November 23rd. But then it says that Torbolt the Terrible, which was 3 episodes before, aired on December 15th. So that doesn't really make any sense. Yeah, how the hell does that work? It says that the initial air date of the final Countdown Part 2 was December 6th, but the initial air date of Part 1 was December 22nd. Okay, I don't think that's accurate somehow. I mean, Ben, yeah, but yeah, but not that out of order, like, that often, Fizz. And plus, I distinctly remember watching the show in order. That must have been. Because they did, I'm pretty sure CITV, where I watched it, was like, that was their primary platform for where it aired. Because it wasn't like a Cartoon Network show, obviously. It was, I'm pretty sure it was on CITV. And that was, like, where it was exclusively. And I remember that it was in order when I watched it. So maybe the air dates on the wiki are just inaccurate. But I know for certain that the fucking 2-part finale was not shown out of order. That would be mad. But yeah, I just wanted to see if that was actually, like, is there, like, somewhere else that maybe has the original air dates? Episode original air dates. Oh, maybe maybe Wikipedia has that information. Or maybe IMDb could have that information, although a lot of the... Oh, pardon me. All the stuff I'm seeing. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Wikipedia has a list. That's very helpful. Yeah, I think these are gonna be more accurate. Yeah, I think so. Let me check, though. Okay, never mind. They're all over the place. It says that... Where does this information come from? It says that episodes 1 to 9 of season 2 all aired on the same day on August 15th. That is... No, that's not true. Okay, Wikipedia's a dead end. What about epguides.com? Oh, this could... Okay, this is confusing. This is confusing to me because it says it has these listed as coming out weekly, but I remember watching them daily. These weren't weekly Where did Max Steel originally air on? Was it on Disney XD? No way. Is that where it originally aired? I swear I watched it around the time, like, when it would have been originally airing. Maybe I just watched it slightly after, but if they were releasing it daily, that must have... Well, then again... I'm trying to think of, like, the timeline in my head. I'm trying to think of, like, because obviously it's been... I used to watch it for, like before school, obviously. But that was, like... I ended... I left high school in 2018. And I remember it being broadcast for quite a while. I was probably just watching repeats then. Is it on Netflix? It's not on Netflix, surely. Still Netflix. Is it on Netflix? No, that's the live-action movie. But it's not even available in my country. God, fuck Netflix. Okay, what about this? It is on Netflix. It is on Netflix, but it's not available in my country. It doesn't say how many episodes it has either. That's why you need NordVPN. I tell you what, if NordVPN actually, like, sponsored me, it'd be a really good sponsor, because I could genuinely be like, yo, if you get NordVPN, you can watch Max Steel on Netflix, because it's not available in the UK. I don't know where it's available, but... Okay, so it says that it originally aired... It says that it was on Disney XD in the US, which I assume that was where it probably started, because it's clearly set in America, because Max is like 16, like in high school. I mean, well, yeah, I was like Can't remember. Yeah, I started... Yeah, I think I was 15 when I left high school. I can't remember. The timeline of my life is all jumbled up in my head nowadays. But, yeah, I must have been watching repeats then. If they released it weekly, that just seems like a weird thing, though, because, like, am I the only one that remembers shit? Like, Am I the only one that, like, most shows that I watched were released daily? Like, it was episode after episode. Like Pokemon, for instance. Like, that was on every single day. And so was Max Steel, and so was Dinosaur King. So, I don't think I've ever in my life experienced the show, like, apart from proper shows, like Primeval, for instance. I actually watched the only season of Primeval I actually watched live, which was a pretty cool thing that, like, because obviously I love Primeval, but I actually had the chance to watch one of the seasons live, which was season 4. I didn't understand most of it, obviously, because it was season 4, but I'm really glad I ended up watching it. But apart from stuff like that and, like, Doctor Who, like, kids' shows, I don't remember ever watching them, like, weekly. Like, they were always on before school, episode after episode. I don't remember that ever being a thing. So, I don't know. But yeah, seemingly both the 2013 series and when did the live action movie come out? 2016. But apparently both of those are on Netflix. Fair enough. But not in my country. Oh. Figures. I don't have Netflix anyway. Oh, hold on. Someone posted about it on the Reddit. Both TV shows are, as far as I know, unavailable on any streaming service. Damn. Alright, then apparently it's not on Netflix. They probably just say that, it's like, it's not available in your country, but it's, like, actually not available anywhere. Although, I swear that's not how that works. I swear when they take something off of Netflix, they take it off of Netflix. I'm pretty sure that's not how it works. I don't think when they take something off of Netflix, it's not like, oh, it's not available in your country. It's like, it's just not there. So if it is there, then that's weird. Okay, so we've moved the vampire to Africa. The disease still has yet to be discovered. So, but I'm not sure what to focus. I mean, I sort of need to, yeah, let's get Blood Rage. I need to make sure that the vampire is, I want to get travel speed too, so we can travel further. Yeah, it's only available on Tachyon. That's funny. It's a good joke, Fitz. I approve of that. But yeah, speaking of the live-action movie, I think what I'm gonna do is obviously, a lot of you know by now, that have tuned into streams where I've talked about this before, but you guys will know, when I upload the newest Max Steel Minisode analysis. The Minisode analysis series that I've been doing is sort of like a pilot series for a series that I've had planned for a while called Max Steel Rewatched, which is basically akin to the Ink Tank's Ben 10 breakdown, although a little bit less in-depth. where I basically just go through the entirety of Max Steel from Season 1 to Season 5 and just analyze and review it the same way that I've been doing for the minisodes. And once we get to it, which will obviously be in quite a few years' time, okay, so they discovered the vampire, but again, the disease itself has not been discovered. Right. So the bases of operation emerge. So let's do a test. Can I, like, save the game? Okay, so then I could load it. Like, let me just do a test and see if I go here and use Blood Rage, will that just immediately eliminate this base? I guess it depends on how powerful they are. Okay, it's attacking them. It's doing something. Ah, that's the health. Right, okay. Okay, well, he's losing, our vampire friend is losing more health than we can sort of afford him to lose. Oh, we can just make it to East Africa. So we have to sort of go from place to place, like, regenerating. Let's make a lair here. First of all, let's get a lair. Swap a lair right there. Okay, so... Oh, hold on. Is that a symptom? No, 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 no. We don't want symptoms, not yet. Again, so far the disease hasn't been discovered, so if we can keep it that way... Oh, and they regenerate as well? Okay, so we've just got to become more powerful then. Got to upgrade Blood Rage. Yeah, I should probably... Why would I go for travel speed when I can just get Shadow Portal? Though that's probably more expensive to use, isn't it? What would be my idea for a Max Steel spin-off show? Good question. I don't know. Max Steel spin-off show. Oh, yeah, I can't believe I didn't think of this immediately. Easy fucking answer here. I'd make it, Jim Steel. I'd just do a show about, the adventures of Jim and Steel back in the day. Like, with it, with the finale episode being, like, the Turbo Star accident. Like, start it off where Jim's on Tachyon, like, have us learn about Taconian culture and everything, and, like, how turbo energy works and stuff, and where it comes from. Again, it's such a fucking shame. Again, I'll talk about, this, you know, when I eventually get to Season 3 and do the rewatch. It's such a shame because Season 3 was so unbelievably, like, hype. Just sort of lacking in DNA points. Let's get this. Season 3, like, when I first saw it, because obviously, when I first saw, like, Wrath of Makino for the first time, I didn't know that, like, it was like that season 3 was only going to be 3 episodes long. So when season 3 first aired, and like in the first episode, like we had Jim basically saying to Max, like, you've been doing all of this without instructions, but now that I'm here, I can teach you what it means to be Taconian, what, like, how to use turbo energy. And that as a premise for season 3 was like, I was so fucking excited. It's really tragic because it's just like, holy shit, this whole season is genuinely gonna be Jim teaching Max about Tachyon and about like how to use turbo energy in like all sorts of different ways. Like, it's gonna be so cool. And then you know, we didn't get much, unfortunately. But it's like because the thing is, I feel like the turbo, I feel like they tried to squeeze all of that, like, arc, all of that plot line of Jim, like, teaching Steel, vigilantes in East Africa fight vampire. Ooh. Okay, well, maybe we need to, move somewhere else. West Africa. Why not? But, I think, like, because obviously they could only do season 3 in 3 movies, I think they almost basically tried to, hybrid sugars to spread in harsh climates. Okay, so they still haven't discovered it yet. That's good. And they still haven't tried to start curing it. So I think, as long as we keep it quiet... And the infection is growing. It's steady, but it's growing. We just gotta keep moving the vampire from place to place. And our lair is giving us DNA as well. But yeah, I feel like because they could only do season 3 in 3 movies, they basically tried to squeeze the Jim teaching Max about turbo energy thing into those 3 movies, because obviously in I guess you could call it episode 1. I mean, there's technically 6 episodes of season 3 because each movie is split into 2 parts. But it's like you've got in episodes 1 and 2, you've got Jim, like, giving Max new turbo modes. Like, that's how it starts. And then in episodes 3 and 4, Dawn of Morphos, you've got the introduction of the turbo chamber. And that's like a, you know, that's a major thing. It's like, whoa. Like, we're going to be able to do so much with this. And then literally the next movie, episodes 5 and 6... the turbo chamber gets extinguished because Max uses all of the energy in it. So it's like, I feel like the original plan was probably to have the turbo chamber active throughout the entire season and have Max, like, gain new abilities from it. Because I'm gonna talk about this in another, I'm gonna talk about this in not this Minnesota analysis that I'm gonna upload in a couple of days, but the next one, because it's relevant. But I have a very, the way I think the turbo chamber works, because a lot of people are under the impression, I think, that the way the turbo chamber works, or like, not the way the turbo chamber works, but like what happened at the end of Maximum Morphos. I think what people think happened is like all of the energy that was in the turbo chamber went into Max, and that made him more powerful. Like, like, all of the turbo capacity that was in the turbo chamber. Like, the turbo chamber clearly had more turbo energy in it than, like, Max and Jim combined. Like, the whole room, the air itself was brimming with turbo energy. Like, Max has never been that powerful before. Should the kill switch revolvers count as pistols? I don't see why not. I mean, they're pistols, aren't they? And they're badass ones, too. Very powerful. Love them. But, I think what people think... I think people, like... I can't really say misunderstand, because we don't have a canon answer as to the exact specifications of what happened. But I think the sort of impression most people have of what happened is that not only all of the energy, but like all of the energy of the turbo chamber went into Max, and that means that he has that, is our vampire getting damaged? I don't think so. But then again, I feel like he wasn't damaged earlier. I feel like the impression people have with what happened with the turbo chamber is that, like, all of the turbo chamber's energy went into Max permanently. Holy shit, what the fuck just happened? God, it took a while, but it finally actually, like, the thing that I bought actually took an effect. Right, I'm gonna, yeah, I feel like Shadow Portal is gonna be more expensive to use. Oh. There we go. So now we're starting to get there. Again, as long as they don't discover the disease, seems as though we're alright. Although I can't tell if we're actually getting injured or not. Right, let me get Shadow Portal. All traveling vampires able to instantly travel to any lair in the... Oh, I didn't read that properly. Hold on, let me see if I can reload. Because that's gonna fuck me up otherwise. Right, so I'm here right now. And I was gonna attack them. Let's not do that, because that was a waste of, So we're in Central Africa right now. Let's get, can't get a lair yet. Well, I think we're gonna have to move, aren't we? Back to East Africa. That's on me, I didn't read that properly. I was like, why the hell would that exist? If we have, like, why would we use bat form if we have that? Okay, so we can go around the world setting up lairs. But yeah, I think what people think happened with the turbo chamber is that the entire capacity transferred into Max. Like, the amount, like, after Maximum Morphos, Max now has the amount, it's kind of difficult to explain, but, like, the capacity of the turbo chamber, people think that the capacity of the turbo chamber was added to his capacity, if that makes sense. Like, the amount of turbo energy that he can hold and that he can generate was, like, the turbo chamber's amount was added to his capacity. I don't think that's what happened. And in fact, I don't think he actually has the turbo chamber's power inside of him. Because while Jim says like, you know, everything left of Tachyon, like, we used up all the energy in the turbo chamber, everything left of Tachyon, it's gone. And then Jim responds with, it's inside you now, like, both of you, forever. I think that's more of like a symbolic thing for him to say, because Max ended the sentence by saying, everything left of Tachyon is gone. And then Jim sort of rebutted that and said, no, like, you're what's left of Tachyon. Like, everything that Tachyon was is now within you. What I actually think happened at the end of Maximum Morphos is that you gotta bear in mind, like, what were they actually doing with the turbo chamber in that scene? They were using it to generate a turbo pulse to blanket the whole world. So most of the turbo chamber's energy was probably used for that. The rest of the turbo energy that was going through Max at that time went into making Exo Strength. That's what I think happened. So I don't think he actually became any more powerful than he actually was. And that, the whole thing with Exo Strength is going to be something that I cover in Turbified, in the first episode, actually, so you guys are going to get to, see my interpretation of, like, how that's affected Max. In the first episode of Turbified, so you guys are going to see that really early. Right, let's get the lair, and let's get travel speed. Let's get this one. There we go. And then we'll make a lair right here in East Africa. I think the lair actually goes where you click as well, which is pretty cool. It's not just like a designated location on the country. Alright. So now we wait. Okay, we got vigilantes back already. Ah. But, well, I don't agree with that, Fitz, because, like, if you need to do that in order for that to be a thing, that's not really worth doing. Because then you're making the characters something that they aren't. Again, I'm happy with Max having his own universe. Although, you know, we've got, you know, multiverse shit, so, you know, that could always be a thing. So yeah, I don't think, because I think that's what a lot of people assume about the turbo chamber. I think people assume that Max gained the power of the turbo chamber, basically. But I don't think that's what actually happened. I think most of what happened, most of the turbo energy in the turbo chamber went into the turbo pulse that, because, again, you gotta remember, the whole world, the entirety of Earth, they had to generate a turbo pulse to blanket the whole of Earth. And even Steel said that's more turbo energy that Max could ever generate by himself. So, I think, you know, that's just goes to show that, you know, obviously there's a lot of, like, most of the energy in the turbo chamber was used for that pulse, and I think Exo Strength was the result of, you know, so much turbo energy going through Max at once. I don't really know how Exo Strength worked. I think... Okay, I'm gonna come up with a headcanon on the spot here. I think the reason Exo Strength exists is because there was too much turbo energy going through Max at one time. Like, you can see, like, Exo Strength start to form when, the turbo pulse is happening. So I think, like, it was probably some sort of, like, you know, I wouldn't say like a panic mode, but just like a thing where Steel had to do something to siphon away all of the turbo energy that was going through Max because it was just too much. And then that ended up creating Exo Strength. We don't really know what the exact differences between Exo and regular strength is. Between Exo Strength mode and regular strength modes. But I think it's just a lot stronger. Like, and I think it's like imbued with turbo energy. Like, each of the... It's, like, hypercharged with turbo energy. So... I think it's just a lot more powerful. I don't know... There was something... It says on the wiki that Exo Strength is Max's strongest mode. But I don't know where that comes from, if that was, like, stated on the website or something. Oh no, Super Strength and Super Fly are nothing like the Exo modes. But, you know what, Red Rise? Yeah. It would be really cool, wouldn't it? Yeah. It would be really cool. Why does that take so long? Why does it just suddenly happen? Yeah, I know, Danelle. You were saying that, like, Red Rise said, imagine if we had other Exo modes, like Exo Flight, and you said it's like Super Strength and Flight, which it's not really. Okay, why is our vampire losing health? Are they getting, like, attacked? Maybe that is, what's happening. Alright, let me see. Maybe they just lose health normally. Right, hold on, what does it say about, otherwise goes on killing spree to get DNA. Okay. Right, let's head to Brazil. Can we get to Brazil, though? No, we can't even get to Brazil. Bollocks. I guess, hold on, let me go to Libya and make a lair here. So we can heal right next to their fortress. Again, it's definitely the symptoms thing because they still haven't discovered the disease. So as long as we keep it symptom-free, we'll be good. I think we'll evolve... What tier of Blood Rage do we have? Only tier 1 right now. Okay. You send the vampire in the middle of the ocean. Yeah, just like, fuck, well, what do I do here? Where's, Yeah, hold on. Whereabouts is, Hawaii? Isn't Hawaii, like... Or is Hawaii part of the Caribbean? Probably is, isn't it? Let me look that up. Hawaii. Whereabouts is Hawaii? Oh, no, it's not, it's like... No, it is like... Wait, hold on. Map is confusing me slightly. No, Hawaii is, like, over here. That's kind of weird that Hawaii isn't part of, Plague Inc.'s map. Because it may be small, but it's still... I know they won't include, like, every single fucking island. What's this? French Southern and Antarctic lands. The Kerguelen Islands. I know they can't have, like, every little island on here, but I feel like Hawaii is big enough to be on the map. Hawaii disappeared like Tachyon. It's gone. Yeah, I tell you what, it would be really cool to... Oh, fuck. Wait, why have they discovered it? I have no symptoms. Okay, well, I guess it just took longer than normal now. That's really irritating that that has happened. Right, I guess we've got to get a shift on now. It got mechanized. Okay, well, if we don't have any symptoms, maybe they won't try as hard to cure it. So it's discovered, but it's not been... It's now been placed on the watch list. Perfect timing. Right. Okay. I need DNA now. I need to start attacking places. Now I sort of need to start... If they start setting up cure places, I need to start attacking them, but they haven't done that yet. So Blood Rage is 1, Vampire Flight is 1. Let's try taking down Algeria's base. There we go. Okay. Activate Blood Rage. How are they fighting it off so well? Can I, like, activate it more than once? Or did that just, like, turn it off? I think that turned... Okay. Alright, back to the lair. Okay, are they already healing? Right, okay, let's focus on taking care of cure stations, because they are what's, they're what's gonna be a problem. Let's do that immediately. Come on, heal up. Heal up, Mr. Vampire. We need a name for this vampire. Okay, they're setting up cure stations. I feel like I want to name him, like, Jerry. Like, something very non-intimidating. Well, I mean, he is an ancient human, so it'll probably be an older name, like Bartholomew. Right. Let's take you to Germany. Non-casual. Right. Douche. Okay, cure station destroyed. We need to do it quickly because they're just gonna run away with it otherwise. Blood Rage. Nice. Blood Rage. Nice. Okay. Sick. Let's build, maybe not build a lair there. I think that'd be a bit of a waste. Okay, so cure stations are being destroyed. We need to head over to Indonesia. Cannot allow them. Okay, we've got 20 DNA as well. Let's... Well, now that they've discovered the disease, we may as well start upgrading it. What is backseat gaming in Rule 4? Backseat gaming is basically... I put that rule in there mainly when I started the Portal series, but it does apply to everything. It's like, you know, people... it's a very common term. It's like, you know... I'm trying to think of the best way to explain it. It's like, say if, you were like, say if you were, like, at a friend's house, and your friend was playing a game, and you were constantly looking over your shoulder like, do this, do that, do this like that, like, constantly. That's backseat gaming, and it's the same with, it's the same with this. Like, I don't mind, like, obviously you guys giving, like, recommendations or making, like, funny suggestions or whatever, but it's like, I don't want people constantly be like, evolve this, like, send the vampire there, and, like, stuff like that. You guys understand. I don't think I've ever had anyone, do that. I think it maybe one or two people in the Portal streams. It's like giving me the solution for it. It's like, why? Right, so they've discovered the virus, so we may as well, start upgrading it now. Increase infectivity. Infectivity. Photophobia. As the disease infects the brain, excessive optic nerve impulses trigger severe intolerance to light. Okay, we don't want anything that's lethal. Okay, we'll go with that. Let's get increased mutation chance, because we get refunded DNA when it mutates in this. What is it? Hold on. What does it say increases future research speed? Yeah, it's plaguing. It's in the title, Red. I hate that bloody... Stops playing the order. Right, okay, well, we need to get to Indonesia stat. How far can we travel? As far as we can. To Pakistan! What Max Steel episode did I not like from seasons 1 to 3? I have... there's a few that I'm not that I'm not a fan of, but I'd say there's one that I, like, actively dislike. And it's reprogrammed from, season 2. I can't remember what episode it is. It's the one where, Max and Steel swap bodies. I just really don't like it. I think it's a very cringe episode. And also, it's, like, one of the rare times that they gave Max and Sydney, like, a relationship-centered episode, and they completely ruin it by doing that. And that makes me hate it, like, a lot more than I probably would. I mean, I still don't like the way the episode plays out. Like, I just think the body swap thing is a bit cringe. But, I just think that it's just not really, I just don't really like the episode. Oh, we can make it to Japan as well. No cure for you. Douche. Okay. Let's make a lair. Like, let's fly to... Let's go to Russia. We do have a few DNA points to spend, too. Oh, that's a big... It's a big leap of DNA to spend, but, you know, we've kind of got to. Increase effectiveness in wealthy countries. Have they got cure stations popping up anywhere else? Not yet. Yeah, that's again that's the one redeeming. Oh, I see another cure station. Hold up. Let's pause the game. See what we can get in terms of like stuff. Let's get travel speed 2, because I think we need that. And that's... Oh god, that's quite a ways. Nice. Let's get there before they've even set up the station, so they can't do anything. That's the one redeeming quality about that episode, that it has X376 in it. The Omega class Ultralink that looks like an evil version of Steel, basically. Bam. Templar prepared drones to target vampire lairs. Oh dear. Our drones getting ready to hunt down and destroy lairs belonging to the vampire in the hope of weakening the creature. I mean, I can just make more. That really won't, like, have any lasting effects, I promise. Oh, I see them making more cures. You're not allowed to do that. So it's still spreading. Oh, and it's spreading pretty quickly, too. Oh, we destroyed it before they'd even made it. Let's fucking go. Okay. We're making good progress now. Yeah, we're gonna say, when they said Templars, then I was just like, yeah, it reminded me of Assassin's Creed. Alright, let's see if we can get some more symptoms, some more, actually, let's go for transmission, yeah. Let's go water. Okay, check. We'll go for that next, I think. This is a fun one. Once you, like, get, oh, there's the drones. I don't think we can really do anything about that. We just make another lair. I guess we've sort of got to take care of the Templar bases. But I just don't know if we're strong enough. Fucking hell, that was violent. This will significantly weaken the vampire. Will it, though? I don't think it will. Especially when we've just moved continents. Right, speaking of which, let's move continents. We can just make it to the USA. We did get the, yeah, we did get the antibiotic tolerance. There's no cure stations popping up anywhere, is there? No. Right. To the USA. American Vampire Diaries. Is that the name of the show? I can't remember. Right. Okay, let's set up a lair here. Replace the lost lair. See, now it's starting to spread organically. The great thing about, like, it's this and the Dark Knight combo. A stealthy bat-like creature is scaring both criminals and partygoers out late at night. I am the knight. I'm not wearing hockey pads. I can't skate. Oh. But yeah, the good thing about, like, the zombie and the vampire ones is you don't have to wait for boats or planes to infect, like, Iceland or Greenland. Like, you're not fucked if they don't get infected by the boats or the planes, because you can just go there. And speaking of which, well, there's probably no reason to go there immediately. Russia's dying. Yeah, let's start. Hold on, what more can we get to do with vampires? Let's get cold tolerance. And yeah, let's get cold tolerance. Let's get cold tolerance and just start the ball rolling by heading to Greenland, because that's gonna take forever to infect anyway. Boosh. Oh shit, there's a fucking thing there. Did that just spring up, or did I just not notice that? What the fuck? How the fuck is the cure? Where did that come from? They haven't been fucking working on it. I've destroyed every fucking cure station they'd have. What the fuck? How has that just gone up so fucking quickly? That's bullshit. Right. I can't... Yeah, I can do... Hypersensitivity, okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Fucking hell. What is going on? Fucking hell. Summon other vampires. What do you mean summon other vampires to help? I only have one. Was I meant to have done this early? Okay, maybe I was supposed to do this early. Okay, well, okay, first of all, there's no way that I'm going to be able to do this now that they're back to, like, a cure percent a second. How does that even work? When I've destroyed all of their fucking cure outposts. Alright. We've learned more. Got more experience. Let's see if we can do it right this time. I think starting in Central Europe is a safe bet. It's not non-casual. That's not a good name for a vampire. Ugh. It's not as hot as it usually is, but it's still 30 degrees. Stay hydrated, people. Right. So, the whole transmission thing only, I think, worked pretty well. And we don't do that until... Hold on, if we get Lairs immediately, then that's like passively generating DNA basically from the start. Yeah, let's do that. And then let's get, like, air transmission. Right. So then if we make a lair, like, immediately in Central Europe, then that will start generating us DNA. The princess. I don't think that's a... Again, not a really intimidating name for a vampire gang. Not really even... I mean, they're just like... I don't really think these are in... They're more like monsters than like human vampires. Like, I don't really think they're... They're more like creatures. They have like basic intelligence, obviously, but... I don't know. Well, then again, just say like perform experiments on humans and stuff, so maybe they are a bit intelligent. The Morbin gang. I like that. Okay, so yeah, now we're getting passive DNA from the lair. I need to make lairs more often because that is, again, passive DNA. Right, let's get Blood Gift. Let's get the ball rolling as quick as we can. Maybe I should have, like, left the infection for a little bit, because then it maybe make it less noticeable, but... And then, like, hype it up immediately. Hey, Fizzy! We're currently playing as a vampire. Los Angeles Olympics mystery. Is that where the next Olympics is gonna be? Have we even had the... I can't even remember if we've had the Olympics this year, have we? I don't think this is... No, this is a fandom wiki. What the fuck? All I'm seeing is the 2025 Special Olympics World Winter Games. What the list of Olympics? Is that so fucking difficult? Oh wait, no, the fucking no, I'm a fucking moron, isn't it? The Olympics are on every year. It's like every 4 years. We had them last year, right? Yeah. Okay. I had forgot about that. For some reason, I thought it was like every year. It's like, no, it's really not every year, is it? Okay. So the next one will be in 2028. Where's that gonna be? I had a God, that's it's a bit embarrassing. I'll admit. Just had a bit of a brain fart moment there. Just sort of forgot. Olympics 2028. Where are they gonna be? Yeah, Los Angeles, California. Fair enough. Right, mate. I don't know why it's saying it's postponed when we're only in 2025. Okay. Let's... Oh, hold on. Spreading pretty quickly, nice. Let's get... Bat travel. And let's head to Central Africa. Make a lair there. God, it is spreading very quickly. Alright. Plenty of DNA. Douche. Right, okay. Create a new vampire by temporarily producing toxic mutagens. Almost all infected will die. Almost all infected will die, but eventually a viable host will be found. Reusable. Okay. I'm unclear as to how that works. I don't know, Danelle. I guess it's just to make them feel a bit more special. Have them every 4 years. Oh, nice, Fizzy. It's always great having a good show. I'm very, it makes me feel very happy to know I'm, like, a streamer that people are watching, like, while they're chilling and stuff and playing games. I love you guys. Right. Let's go. Kinda ought to save up for Blood Rage, shouldn't I? Need to get, like, multiple layers of that early. Maybe it's the thing that we need to take, because, like, when we tried to take down that original fortress, it was sort of even, but they had a bit of an edge over us. When we tried to take on that one in Greenland, it was, like, it was ridiculous. Like, they were... So maybe it's like we do need more than one vampire. Again, I don't know really how many we're meant to have. But, let's get Blood Rage. There we go, we got all 3 of the abilities. Spooky, spooky. Which is my favorite World War Zombies map? Probably... I don't know, actually. I've got to be honest, I'm not a tremendous fan of World at War. I kind of like Nacht, to be honest. Nice. Okay. Oh. Heard that. Yep, get an enhanced blood. If we can get, like, really powerful Blood Rage before they've even started, like, you know, getting fortresses. Well, I don't think I can make the whole world vampire. I think that's that's sort of what the virus is doing, but on a lesser level. We can make, like, actual vampires that we can control, but the other vampires that we're creating aren't as powerful. Like, the ones infected aren't as powerful. Okay, attracting attention. So maybe if we move from place to place, we can, like, sort of avoid attention. That would be cool. Hybrid scores to spread, yeah. Why can't we do a lair? Oh, it costs more the more we make, okay. I was not aware of that. If I was aware of that, then I probably wouldn't have just made one there casually. Yeah, if we can get Dark Infiltration. Okay, nice. If we can get a more powerful Blood Rage before they've even started to make fortresses, then that would be very, very helpful. It's my favorite zombies map of all time. Probably Gorod. I think. Probably Gorod Crovy. Honestly, Transit is pretty high up there. And 5 as well. Again, I can't really say favorite map of all time, because I think there are, like, I enjoy different, you know, the different, iterations of zombies I enjoy for different reasons and stuff. A recent fluctuation in the Earth's magnetic field is claimed by scientists to be strong enough to be harnessed by New Zealand as a source of power. What? No, I don't think we can make that many vampires. I probably ought to check, though. Let's see, like... Let's actually do it. We're in Iran right now. Let's activate this vampire thing. So that's... It's gonna do something. Vampiric awakening begins. Hundreds of millions of people will be killed by hybrid as it searches for a viable host to turn into a vampire. To speed things up, infect more people. Okay, so that is something that we can presumably use multiple times to create new vampires. That will probably get us noticed, though. I probably shouldn't have done that immediately. Oh well, we roll. Let's... Where do we go? Let's go over to China. What's your opinion on custom maps? I like custom maps. What's not to love about custom maps? They're amazing. Most of them. People are making better custom maps than Treyarch have made for the past, like, 4 years. Okay. It's already... Okay, no. I think I fucked up by creating another vampire too soon. No, because they're going to start showing it. Right. Okay, so we've got all... So we'll start creating more vampires when it starts getting discovered. So, Night Wraith, Lair Creation, Travel, start the Shadow Blessing, and then, Pretty sure I did that one before, and it was a while before they noticed it, so yeah, we'll do that. Right. Yeah, I know, Fizzy. I've played a lot of them on stream before. Can't believe I don't even want to go back and play the Iron Dragon. For those of you who don't know, that was a map that I played twice. I attempted the Easter egg on it, and I got to the boss fight. I got to the very last stage. And I failed, and it was very, it sucked. Alright. Yeah, save a DNA. We don't need to spend it. Global recession to end soon in quotation marks. No, there's a lot of games like that, Fizzy, that like have a lot of user-generated content. Ah, Blank Book Plus. Nice. Definitely glad we gave the vampire one a go. Because this is a really fun one. Ah. Tropical Storm Shakira, less intense than expected. Oh, that's funny. Okay. So yeah, let's start transmitting it via the air. Hello, I don't know what it is right now. I live on Earth, this is personal information, and you should do something like evolve, and this is highly inappropriate. Ah, welcome to the chat, IDK. We're just playing as a vampire right now on our, what is this, the 4th attempt? Trying to infect humanity. Because, what, twice now they've made the cure ridiculously fast out of nowhere, and then I accidentally made the mistake of, like, drawing their attention to the vampire by killing, like, thousands of them to make another one when I didn't need to. So we're gonna try and take everything we've learned and try and beat it this time. It's only on normal, but obviously a lot of these more advanced disease modes take a little bit more getting used to. There's more, like, different mechanics and stuff. They're cool, though. Really like the zombie virus and the vampire virus. They're very cool. And like I was discussing earlier, after this stream, I might genuinely, like, look up, like, I don't know if the scenario creator is, like, built into the game. If so, like, if there's, like, a scenario builder, okay, I'm attracting attention, then let's move on out of here to Central Africa. And that's... Oh, I haven't made a lair, bloody hell. But I want to look it up and see, like, how easy or difficult it is, because I genuinely think that Max Steel, custom scenario could be really cool to do for a video. You know, I gotta start... If I'm going to say that Max Steel is the franchise that I want to focus on the most for my channel, and I feel like it is, because Max Steel is, like, one of the franchises I think that, like, out of everything I cover on my channel, I think there's 3 main ones, which would be Dinosaur King, COD Zombies, and Max Steel. I would probably want to, like, of the main ones I'd probably want to condense it down to 2, being COD Zombies and Max Steel, and the main one being Max Steel. So I feel like Max Steel is one that, you know, I could definitely make a lot of content about, and Max Steel is, I think, one of the only franchises that I am one of the most knowledgeable people about, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of other franchises I cover, like COD Zombies, Dinosaur King, even Arthur, although I'm very knowledgeable about Arthur, they all, like, in all of those different communities, they all have people that are far more knowledgeable about the franchises than me. Like, Dinosaur King, Mauslet, in our Discord, she is very, very, very knowledgeable when it comes to everything Dinosaur King related. for Arthur. There are a few people that know more than I do, because they've read the books that aren't in English. Yeah, let's keep aiming towards Blood Rage. And COD Zombies, obviously, there are many people who are way more knowledgeable about it than me. But obviously, Max Steel is one of the few things on my channel where I am the only one covering it. And over, you know, the years of, you know, studying it and rewatching it constantly and doing research on different aspects of it, I'd say that Max Steel is the thing I am the most knowledgeable about when it comes to my channel. The thing that I feel the most confident talking about and, like, knowing that what, like, the sort of research I'm doing and what I'm saying is accurate, if that makes sense. I feel the most confident making videos about Max Steel. What are the chances that Max Steel may get another reboot? I don't know. I mean, I don't really think it's going to happen. I don't know if there's ever been a series that's Grieving Mother blames vampires. So they're starting to notice us. Is it time to move out a little bit? Head to Iran. I think I'll set up a lair in Africa, maybe a lair in Russia, and then a lair in the USA. I think that'd be a good range of... good range of lairs to set up. I think the funny thing is, right, I know the thing is, right, the annoying thing, like, it would be so fucking good if Max Steel had gotten cancelled after Season 3. If all we had were the first 3 seasons, that would be amazing, and I'll tell you why, because it would be far easier for them to pick it back up again. Because, like, it's really, because it's like, it's really difficult when you have a franchise in this position, because it's like, despite the fact that we have all basically come to the agreement that seasons 4 and 5 are not canon and should not be considered canon. And it's not just hate, by the way. Like, I know, like, we all know that they're shit, but it's just the fact that they ignore so much already established canon shit that it's just, it might as well not be, it might as well not exist. Like, them nerfing Max ridiculously, like N-Tech randomly vanishing after the first Season 4 movie, like, all the rules and stuff that they've established, and, like, throughout the show, it's just not right. It's like, I don't know. I mean, never say never. Like, they could easily, like, again, stuff can always return. Like, we've seen that happen on this channel before. Like, Primeval got a new novel, but, I mean, I only read the first chapter, but it was written horribly. I could have written it better, and that's not even me being arrogant. It was genuinely written horrendously. It was as if it was written by someone with, like, genuinely no understanding of Primeval New World at all. Yeah, you see, the whole Connect-Tech thing, like, that was obviously made as an excuse to give, like, Citro, Reina, and, it's Rain, it's not Reina. To give Citro, Rain, and, Alex, La Fiera, their own turbo modes. That's why it was created within, like, for the plot. But I think it's a pretty cool idea, but it's just the fact that it was used on those 3 characters. Like, Sideshow I don't mind, but I still don't like that he talks. I think Sideshow, unironically, has a lot of personality without talking. And then they gave him a goofy voice, and he's just like, "Hello there, Max Steel!" And he's just like, no, please no. Just no. It literally ruins his entire character. I'm not even joking, it's shit. Okay, let me start getting some evolution to help it spread. That should help out in Africa, obviously. Okay, no one has been caught, but they claim it's only a matter of time. Alright, well, you know what that means. Time to move locations. Let's go... let's go to China. No, I very strongly dislike... again, if you do like it, then, you know, that's fine. But I strongly dislike voiced Sideshow. Because even though he doesn't talk and it's mostly Berto controlling him, I think he still unironically has plenty of personality without a voice. And, like, he's not goofy. There's a distinction there. You can be funny without being goofy. And Sideshow is funny. The Team Turbo era Sideshow is goofy. There is a difference. It's like with the Elementors, like, and I've talked about this before as well, like, the seasons 1 and 2, Festival of Love in East Africa, fans praise the placement for International Kissing Day. Why did they get rid of that? Yeah, like, the seasons 1 and 2 Elementors, like, they were funny, but they weren't goofy. Season 3, they started to get goofy. So, yeah, I'm very, very, very strongly against, talking Sideshow. Very strongly against that. Right. Now let's evolve antibiotic tolerance. So now when we go to Russia... How much is it for a lair? 5 DNA points. Yeah, I mean, well, I don't think Berto should have got powers per se. Like, I think his connection with Sideshow is enough, but I just don't think, like, it shouldn't have just been random characters. Again, like, we all say, Team Turbo, they had 3 perfectly good candidates for Team Turbo. Sydney, Kirby, Butch. Max literally already had 3 friends that would have been, like, completely fine for Team Turbo. And yet they ruined Sideshow, introduced Berto's random sister that had never been mentioned before, although I'm pretty certain it has been mentioned in the past. I could be wrong, actually. I feel like it was mentioned at some point that Berto had a large family. But I know that she specifically wasn't mentioned. Right, let's set up a lair in Russia. But, yeah, and fucking La Fiera, like, why? Why does he even exist? What is the point of his character? He has literally no character to him either. Like, because there's no point in making... Here's the thing, right? Oh, someone carried the disease. That's cool. To Japan. I'm seeing the line, the purple line. There's no point in making Citro a character because, like, if you make him a character, then you've got to, you've got to treat him as a character. You've got to give him character development. But if you... But they didn't. They just made him a character. And they didn't give him... But they didn't make him a character, if that makes sense. Okay. So they're still trying to track him in that... So yeah, as long as we keep moving... But it's so annoying that I can't move because Russia's so damn big. But we're definitely gonna get the fuck out of here to Kazakhstan. Can't track me. I wonder if I'm close enough I could go to Iceland. Because again, if we could get the ball rolling quickly on... Yeah, we go to Poland. Still haven't discovered the virus. Maybe let's get water? Or would that be a waste? That may be a waste. I don't know. We're not really doing anything right now with anything else, so yeah, let's fucking do it. Oh, speak the devil. When has it ever happened that quickly? Come on. That is awesome. And it's spreading. Well, I was going to say it's spreading rather quickly, but no, just a couple of dots flashed up. Let's see, what's our, like, radius? Oh, yeah, if we go to the UK, we could absolutely make it to Greenland. British vampires, let's go. I do believe it is time to go and suck the blood out of your neck, dear human. And then we go to Iceland. And from there we can basically hop to bloody Canada. Alright. The disease has been spotted. I think we're gonna chill in, I think getting Dark Infiltration would be a good bet now. So now, we shall see. Yeah, setting up the lairs early doors is definitely a good bet. I think we've placed them in pretty good locations this time. Give us 3 DNA points, let's go. Vampire's able to create devastating blades of shadow which cut down everything before it. Blood Rage becomes more powerful. And there seems to be another one there. Damn. Hopefully that should let us get a bit of a head start on the Templars when they show up. Again, okay, so they've spotted the disease, but they've not made a big deal out of it. Maybe because I haven't, like, made it spread as quickly. It's still counted as a minor disease in Central Africa. Iceland sends National Guard to stop blood cults. Okay. And I was about to move them. Right. So the Templars are going to start springing up now. Let's get our vampire back to the mainland. And also to evade the National Guard. Right, military protocol. Let's see how strong our vampire is at the start. Okay, now it's been placed on the watch list. Now things are starting to get serious. So now we can start evolving it. It's slightly harder to cure. Okay. We've got tier 2 Blood Rage. Let's see how that goes. Let's go try and take out the one in Africa, because then that okay, so they've got 4 currently. Because then we've got a lair pretty close by. You can see the path the vampire's taken, which is pretty cool. Right. Blood Rage. Oh, nice. Initiated. Oh, yes. That is working. Yes! Let's fucking go. Destroyed. Templar base in Algeria destroyed by vampire. 1 vampire. Speaking of which, let's see if we can get some more. In the cloud of darkness, the vampire brutally attacked the Templar base. Some survivors were able to escape to the Templar base with crucial knowledge that will help fight the vampire in the future. Oh, fuck off. You can't give me a victory and then tell me that it's not a victory. You can't tell me that, like, oh, you beat them, but they're gonna go and... Fuck off. Right, let's get our vampire back to the nest. And let's start making more now that they've found us. Because we're going to need more. We're going to need an army. I don't think we can make an army, but we can at least make more than 1. Okay. So, we've got quite a few infected right now, so hopefully it shouldn't take long to make another one. Okay. So we definitely, can I increase healing speed? Yeah, definitely something that we should invest in. New lab built in Iraq to cure hybrid. Right, okay, so now we need to start dealing with the cure. And the cure is not too, the cure facilities we can get rid of pretty easily. Hold on, we'll wait a few, he's almost fully healed. There we go, right. So there's one in Australia. There's one in Italy. Templar eradicate all infected with hybrid, okay. Thank you, Samantha. Right. Dush. And then... to Italy. Bam. Okay, we gotta do this quickly. Let's try taking out the Balkan states headquarters as well. We don't have enough Shadow Blades. Let's go for travel speed 1. I'm surprised I don't have that yet. Right. Dush. Ooh. New vampire created in East Africa. Right. Okay, so we're not gonna win this fight, I don't think. Let's do as much damage as we can. Oh, it's paused. Bloody hell. Okay, and then moving back to the lair. Okay, you, new vampire. You, first of all, go to the lair, because you're not fully healed. Okay, they're working hard on the cure. We need to get to those fucking cure places quickly. Okay. Okay, do we travel with both of them if I do this? No, only one. Okay. Well, let's get both of them on the go, because we are going to need both of them. Jerry and Jerry. Or it's like, let's have, like, an old name and then, like, the new version of that name. We got, like, Bartholomew and Bart. Okay. Taking down the cure station is more important right now. No, don't unpause it. We're using a lot of DNA to make them travel, but it's necessary. Okay. We'll take one of them to Australia, and then we'll have both of them go here. Okay. There we go. Cure lab destroyed. How are they already on 50% cure? This is ridiculous. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here, but they're just progressing so fucking fast. Alright, send them to Indonesia. Right. Oh, shit. Yep. There we go. I just wasted a bunch of DNA there. Oh yeah, we got this. 2 vampires are better than 1. Bam. Did that set them back in terms of the cure? I think it did. I'm pretty sure it did. Okay, well the closest lair to them would be Russia. I hope that's not the one they decide to target. No, they're going for the Central Africa one. That's fortunate. But look, they're doing like... Look at this. That is ridiculous. How are you meant... Okay, well, that's pretty bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. Like, they discover you and then immediately the cure's... What, are you meant to have, like, 5 vampires from when they discover you? I don't understand. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. I'm pretty sure I played that pretty strategically. But then they just get the cure ridiculously fast. That's ridiculous. I don't know if maybe I wasn't as, like, quick to destroy the cure stations. I don't know. But if we ever come back to Plague Inc., I don't know why we would. Maybe we can try again. But before we end this... Yeah, okay, there is a scenario creator. Opening a new window. Okay. Let's launch the scenario creator. Let me have a look at it. Oh, it's like in a window. Bloody hell. This is bloody jank settings. Oh god, it's loud. Full screen on. There we go. It's loud too. Let me swap that over. Plague Inc. Scenario Creator. Here it is. Oh, hey, Dinosaur. Right in at the end again. So, create new scenario. Scenario data. I think which parts of your scenario you want to edit. We change your lab settings. Oh, okay. Such a okay. Message boxes. Custom plagued using your scenario. Modify space that describes its transmission, symptoms, and abilities. Okay, so all of this is just like, okay, this is built in. We don't have to like mod anything like with code or anything. Okay, that's cool. Alright then. If that's the case then, I think I will go full steam with making, that Max Steel custom scenario, because that if that's as easy as it is, then that would be really cool. Okay, look forward to that then. I'll make some videos on that. The Ultralink Invasion custom scenario. Yeah, cool. Right. Well, everyone, that was a stream once again playing Plague Inc. We had a lot of fun tonight. Let some dinosaurs out of their cages with hive mind compies, and tried to be a vampire and failed multiple times. I really hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to, of course, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Go join the casual Discord in the description down below if you haven't already and you want to be automatically notified whenever I upload or go live. I will be back on Wednesday, of course, for more Oblivion. On Friday, for more COD Zombies, we're going to be playing Origins, the original Black Ops 2 Origins. And on Saturday, that's the Batch 3 Golden Revisit. I'm unsure about what we're going to be playing next week. I'm not sure which game from Batch 3 I want to revisit, because we had a lot of good ones from Batch 3. We had Wii Sports Resort, we had The Long Dark, and we had Sky. So it's going to be a tough decision, but I'll think about it and let you guys know. So, thanks a lot for watching, everyone, and I will of course see you on another video or stream very, very soon. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for stopping by.